Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today's review is going to be all about a earth auger. I've actually got two of them, one in the box I haven't opened up yet. This got the Powerhead by Taz. This brand name Taz is part of a group from Wisconsin, and I actually picked up from a separate supplier this auger here. It's a 3-inch and it's branded Earthquake, which is the same corporation. So Taz is a corporation that uses a Viper engine, very well known throughout the industry. And this is a 2.5 horse earth auger. And I'm going to explain some things today about earth augers that maybe, well, you might find interesting, and you can get some tips as well. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the 3-inch. And I'm going to explain why I got the 3-inch. Because this earth auger here, I'm going to take out of the box, comes with an 8-inch. So I actually purchased the 3-inch as well. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a tip here. Okay, so here is the 7/8 shaft, and there's a pin that goes through here to lock everything in. So what you do is, if you don't want to spend the money on buying, the power head and everything else, you can just go out and buy yourself an auger. If you just want to buy a small auger like this one here, which is 3-inch, and your ordinary impact socket, now I got a 1/2 inch, fits in there nice and snug. You drill your hole through, you put your nut and bolt through there, like your pin to fasten it, and then you get your impact driver, to hook on the end here. Now this one here is a 1/2 inch. This one here is 3/8, so you have to actually put an adapter on if you want to use it, or if you've got like a 3/8 impact. Now, if you're thinking, are these powerful enough? This is actually 100 times got more torque in this than that engine. So, so when you think about it, a 3/8 impact that provides like 200 foot-pounds of torque is way more torque than you're ever going to get out of one of these engines. So, but what would you use this for? Okay. Just put this down. Okay, so 3-inch is just ideal for planting bulbs. Bulbs, or if you're buying some bare root trees, that kind of thing. And the good thing about using your own impact is it's got a reverse. None of these machines have reverse. So like when you're using an auger, you're going in like this. There is no reverse on this auger I'm going to show you. But there is on your impact driver. Or if you just have like a regular drill, like a regular, most like 1/2 inch regular drills will have more power than one of these machines. And yeah, so if you're, just imagine you're drilling a hole here, well, you can actually reverse it, with an electric drill on there, but you can't do that with these. So you have to use brute force and pull it up while it's working to get all the soil out. So a lot of people like to use these with their, their hand held electric drills just for planting bulbs. Because you can go out there and plant 100 bulbs in like 10 minutes, just popping holes all over the place. But I didn't buy this for putting in bulbs. So I'm going to explain the reason why I have this. So let's go over to the bench, and I'm going to take all this cardboard off because I don't do unboxings, right? And I'm going to take all this cardboard off, I'm going to get the machine out, and we're going to take a look, see what's inside. Okay, so let's take a look at this unit here, and why is this the best earth auger out there for me? Well, I'll tell you something. First of all, it came with the right engine, and it came with the right price. I'll see if I can put the price in here. But I'm telling you, this was shipped to my door for like $135 including tax. And this little one here I picked off of Amazon there for $60 plus tax on their Amazon warehouse. So that's going to work out good for me. And I think this is, for like the homeowner, this is like all the earth auger you need. 36 inches in depth. Now you can put extensions on. This is the standard 7/8 shaft on the output shaft of the auger gearbox. Fits both. And we'll just take a little bit of a better look here. And yeah, these power heads are from the Viper are put on quite a few machines. They got a very good reputation, and it's supposed to be a one-man, but of course you can put 2 women on here, or 2 men, or 1 woman and 1 man. So, but it's a 50-to-1 fuel mixture. And of course it's the middle of the winter here in Canada right now, so I won't be digging any holes. But this is 8-inch, this is 3-inch. And I tell you something, this rig is just awesome. Like I've spent a lot of time digging holes in farm fields, and I'll tell you something, most of it was all done on the back of a farm tractor, but this here will come in fine for me. And the only thing it came with was this bottle of fuel stabilizer, and I thought that was pretty good. And the only thing I did was I had to put the connection bolt on there and put the tip on underneath. So it does come with a tip that you have to screw in, and it does have a cutting blade. So you can see the tip there on the bottom, and it's got a nice cutting blade. Now for small ones like this, they don't have the cutting blade that you can sharpen up, right? So now I'd like to explain something here about the reason why I bought this one to match with this. Because I learned this like about 40 years ago working on the farm. If you have 2 post hole augers and you have a small one, I tell you what, this small one right here, you can pop in, like, this is so easy and so fast, and this whole unit altogether weighs about 30 pounds tops, right? But you can put a 3-inch hole in the ground with this so easy and so straight. And that's the reason why I bought this. So let's just, I'll try to explain this a little bit better from a little jig that I had from last week's video about installing door handles on a cabinet. So let's go over that, and I just want to show this for a minute. Okay, so here's that jig right there. So this drill bit here is the same diameter as the hole. This one here, just slightly smaller, like a 64th smaller, right? But it fits in the hole, but it doesn't, you know, take any surface away from the wood. This one here, if you drill a lot of holes in this, it'll eventually wallow out the hole, right? So the same principle goes over for here. If you pop in a 3-inch hole, and this is what we used to do back on the farm, well, when you have to put in like a lot of fence posts, you come by with a small auger like this that just pops it in nice and easy and fast. Well, I tell you what, you set that tip in a hole drilled by this, and it'll just follow all the way down, make your hole so much easier to go through. Plus, depends on where you are in the world, rocks. You punch a hole down through here like this, okay, you're good. Because if there's any stones in there, more likely they're just going to get sucked up the auger here to the top. But if you hit a stone 10 inches down, what's the sense of driving this in next, right? So we used to always run one small one in first, and then you know you're good. So somebody come by with this one here and just finish it off, just like you know, putting door handles on. But yeah, that's the whole idea behind that. And it's good to have the small one, because I tell you something, I'll put one of them videos at the end here of me putting in a ground rod for a TV tower, you know, just in case you get lightning strike. And I'll show you the ground, what it's like up in Northern Ontario. Well, there's more rock than there is soil. So this is the reason why I got this, is because it's very rocky. So I'll go by and I'll just punch in a hole for this. I'm going to put in some fences, and as well, I have to plant about 25 trees. So what I'm going to do is I'll use this for planting the trees. And I'll just go down, oh, maybe about here, because I buy the bare root trees, and I can just pop in a tree, no problem. Rather than getting the shovel out and digging and digging and digging, and now you have to find some earth to cover it all up, and popping in trees with an auger like this, an 8-inch auger, well, that's the way to go. Okay, so this particular style of auger here with this type of Viper engine, the power head, you can take the earth augers off, snap in a nice fishing auger. No problem, 7/8 shaft, you're good to go. Now this particular unit here The best I could figure it out was designed in Wisconsin, built in China. So this is actually built in China. And but there's lots of them out there. They do a great job. And stay tuned for this summer coming up. I'm going to be showing you what I'm using this for. And you'll see how easy it is to actually use a unit like this. A lot of people are thinking, yeah, well, that must be pretty heavy. Like, I mean, you know, it's not that heavy. And all the work is going in. Now, when you get the earth built about halfway down, you have to pull it up because, well, there's no reverse. None of these units come with reverse unless you get into the more industrial size. But this here will last me, like, for sure, the rest of my life, and my children will be using this for decades to come. They're terrific units. I highly recommend Taz product. I have no affiliation with the product at all. All I did was I investigated the power head, the reviews, and what other people think of the auger, and of course the Viper engine. And you know, what comes down below here is a gearbox. So the two-stroke engine runs at an extremely high RPM compared to the shaft itself. The shaft moves fairly slow because it's all a gearbox. But yeah, this is designed in Wisconsin. So I think it's a keeper for me. And plus, for the price I paid for this, like, I mean, an American driving across the border could buy this in Canada for about 85 bucks. So I mean, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I think the regular price on this was like $300. And I got it for $119 plus tax. And they shipped it to my door for free. So I don't know. For me, this is the best auger in the world for my uses. And maybe it might be for you too. So stay tuned this summer and we'll explore the capability of this and show you how hard it is to actually, you know, dig some holes, or how easy it is. And I'm going to show you the difference between just trying to dig a hole, an 8-inch auger like this, compared to popping in a 3-inch hole first. It's like night and day. I think you'll be impressed. So come back again next week, and if you haven't seen this channel before, you're quite welcome to subscribe and see how this works out next summer. Until then, cheers.